Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. Which I'm kind of wondering what the new blood is. That's never really explained in the whole movie. I don't even know. I think they were just randomly coming up with titles at this point. The very interesting thing about this movie is the fact that the final girl actually has something really interesting about her. The final girl of the movie has telekinetic powers, and she gets to fight against Jason with these telekinetic powers. It's actually really cool. Basically, the director of the movie was trying to compare it to something like Michael Myers versus Carrie, or the Terminator versus Carrie. I thought it was a very interesting thing to add to the movie. I mean, the franchise is extremely tired at this point. What else are you going to add? The story still takes place at a lake. It still has stupid teenagers. I mean, are you going to change the formula at all? No? I mean, okay, whatever. Go ahead, Jason, do your business.
Oh yeah, here comes Kool-Aid, here comes Kool-Aid, I'm gonna save the day. Here comes Kool-Aid, here comes Kool-Aid, I'm gonna chase your thirst away.
Well, another really cool thing about this movie is, even though this is not my favorite of the franchise, this has my favorite Jason of the franchise, played by Kane Hodder, who actually plays Jason Voorhees in 4 of the Friday the 13th movies. The only actor who actually had the balls to come back for all of them. Jason Voorhees, at this point, he's just a blast to watch. He has such, like, this angry, pissed off personality to him now. Like, all the other movies, like, he was still trying to be stalkery and scary and all that. At this point, he's just like, look, I am just going to go full-on rage mode on all you kids, alright? However, depending on how you want to look at it, this movie was heavily censored for all the kills in the movie. It's a little bit obvious that it was censored and that a whole bunch of the stuff was cut, which, for me, it's a little bit of a shame, only because you can tell it's cut, and there should have been more added to it. The telekinetic girl accidentally kills her father at the beginning.
Please, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I hate you. I wish you were dead.
And this happens at Camp Crystal Lake, where she has a lot of traumatic memories from that night where she killed her father by accident. So now she's taking, therapy sessions with this guy who is kind of trying to take advantage of her psychic powers. Bunch of teenagers show up, just start partying, all that fun jazz. Through a kind of like different turn of events, the psychic girl actually accidentally wakes Jason back from the dead, where she thinks that she's trying to wake up her father or bring her father back, but somehow she brings Jason back. And then, of course, Jason goes about his business and just starts knocking everyone off. As I said, the kills in this movie are definitely a bit more over the top. However, because the movie is so heavily censored, you don't really see any of it. It's a little bit disappointing in some ways if that's your thing and the thing that makes the Friday the 13th franchise so memorable are the over-the-top kills and, of course, Jason himself, which at least Jason is interesting enough in this movie to keep the movie a little bit interesting, as well as the main character. So, of course, we start getting to the end of the movie because it's literally the same thing. The characters are not interesting, and they're all just their normal horror stereotypes and all that fun jazz.
No, fuck you both!
Where the telekinetic girl and apparently her love interest, the guy who actually winds up surviving the movie, wind up fighting against Jason. And the fight is so cool. I mean, this is probably the best part of the movie, and honestly one of the best parts about the franchise. The fight is super cool because they're finally realizing, look, this series is absolutely ridiculous. Let's try and make it even more ridiculous, okay? And add in something over the top and fun. So Tina winds up fighting against Jason and winds up defeating him. Well, she thinks she defeated him. Oh, she's still alive because, well, reasons. And Jason basically is about to kill her and kill the boyfriend when she starts to have a telekinetic episode where her father comes out of the lake for no reason and winds up dragging him back down? What? You know, out of all the endings in the series that kind of honestly just don't make a lot of sense, this one literally makes no freaking sense! I mean, it's so stupid. This is the way she defeats Jason? Her father, who is not decomposed at all, even after so many years of being in the lake, comes out, wraps the chain around Jason's neck, and drags him back into the lake. Really? Friday the 13th Part 7 is a fun entry in the franchise, simply because, honestly, the ending is awesome. Jason himself is just so good in this movie because he has a lot of personality in the way he moves and his acting. Kane Hodder just does such a great job at playing Jason. And then the telekinetic thing with Tina, the main character, is a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, it's over the top and crazy, but at this point the whole series is over the top and crazy. Once again, the characters are bland and annoying and whatever, blah blah. Go ahead and insert stereotypical Friday the 13th thing here. The ending was just so stupid. The ending was literally very stupid. Anyways, join us tomorrow for Friday the 13th Part 8, where we're going to take a little trip out of Crystal Lake and go to New York City. Literally, Jason goes to New York City. Don't believe me? See the next movie. This has been the Valley of Death, where everything is spooky, but we keep things light. I'll see you guys later.